Our road trip from New York to Colorado, through 8 states, over 1,700 miles in 14 days in our self-converted Ford Transit camper van, continues as we look for free and interesting things to do as we make our way to the biggest van life festival in the country. It's a new day, same state, and a new city. We have made our way to Kansas City, still in Missouri. We are checking out another art museum.
And for some reason, I can't quite put my finger on it. I have the sudden urge to play badminton.
The Nelson-Atkins Museum of Art is one of the premier art museums in the United States. Known for its impressive collection, beautiful architecture, and expansive sculpture park. Opened in 1933, the museum was founded through the generosity of newspaper publisher William Rockhill Nelson and educator Mary McAfee Atkins, whose legacies helped create a cultural institution that continues to inspire visitors from around the world. Today, the museum houses more than 400,000 works of art spanning thousands of years and representing cultures from nearly every continent. And the awesome thing? Admission to the museum is free. Inside the museum, you can explore galleries featuring European masterpieces, American paintings, ancient artifacts, ancient art, photography, and contemporary works. The museum is especially renowned for its extensive collection of Asian art, which is considered one of the finest in the country. From ancient Chinese ceramics to Egyptian antiquities and modern sculptures, the collection offers a journey through the history of human creativity and expression. After visiting the art museum, we drove downtown to check things out.
In 800 feet, turn right onto West 10th Street.
After exploring some of the city, we headed to our overnight spot for the night and had some dinner at Cracker Barrel. Yesterday, I really enjoyed our visit to the art museum. It is one of my favorites that we've ever visited. I would say it's up there probably with the museum in Cleveland. I loved walking through all the different rooms, just a wide range of things on display there. It was very cool.
Yeah, these museums are pretty cool. I think what I like most about it is looking at the dates of things. But I do find it interesting in some aspects that, like, what makes art art? We have seen some things that are quote-unquote art that you have to scratch your head a little bit. And so what makes somebody's art more interesting or more attractive, valuable than someone else? So Van Gogh, for instance. Like, I don't want to knock anyone's talent, but what makes his work better than someone else's? Did he just happen to have a marketing team behind him at the time that really got his name out there, and he got connected with some famous people of his time, which helped kind of bolster his reputation? But then there's other people that I've met. I have family member that I think does just as well as some of these other artists. And frankly, I think there are kindergartners who bring home their artwork that we throw up on the refrigerator for a few days before we toss it that is just as good, if not better, than some of the other things that I've seen in these galleries and museums. So it's all kind of interesting.
Yeah, that is something that we have talked about a lot because we've been to several different art galleries and museums. Sometimes it does make us shake our head. And that's what I was thinking yesterday too, looking at Monet and Van Gogh, and then some other paintings that are on display that are super, super good and realistic. I think, yeah, what's so special about some of these artists but not others? So it's kind of fascinating to think about. And I would say at this museum, my favorite thing to see was some of the artifacts. Some of the older sculptures, I guess, and art that, I mean, so old, that is so fascinating to me. So we wrapped up our time there and we headed downtown. Unfortunately, it's raining when we got there, which kind of dampens, is that right? Dampens the experience. And then we went to City Market and we met some friends of ours, Nate and Natalie, that we first met at our very first fan fest in Utah. So we had a really nice time with them. It was nice to walk around, check out the market. We bought some produce for some really good prices. Actually, we got some asparagus and grapes, and it was just really nice hanging out with them. After we left City Market, we drove around the downtown a little bit more. Thankfully, the rain had moved out. And then we made our way to a new state. And it's a new state for us as well. We've never been here. We made it to the Kansas City side of Kansas. We headed to Panera to get some work done. And then we ended the evening at Cracker Barrel with dinner and a quiet overnight. So this morning we are heading west and we are going to check out another state capitol building. We're going to head to Topeka and it looks like it should be a cool one to check out. Before getting on the road, we stopped at Panera so Steve could get his Go Juice. But this morning I also got some Go Juice. Check it out. Got this drink. It's a hazelnut mocha iced coffee. It's something new that they have, and it's just $2. So I thought, oh, that's a good deal to have a fun drink. So that's what I'm enjoying this morning.
At the next light, turn left.
Well, we've made it to the state capitol here in Topeka. Found some free parking across the street and visitor parking. That's good. Now we're going to check it out. Rising above downtown Topeka, the Kansas State House is one of the state's most recognizable landmarks. The Capitol building is built from Kansas limestone and is topped by a distinctive copper dome. It rises nearly 300 feet above the city, making it the second tallest out of 38 traditional dome capitals in the United States. Construction of the Capitol began in 1866 and continued in phases for nearly 4 decades before the building was officially completed in 1903. Today it remains an active center of government while also welcoming visitors to explore its history, architecture, and artwork. Third floor for ya. Thank you. Inside the Kansas State Capitol, the building showcases ornate marble, decorative murals, stained glass, and historic chambers where state lawmakers continue to meet. The Capitol also houses an extensive collection of public art that tells the story of Kansas from its frontier beginnings to its role in shaping the American Midwest. Today, the Kansas State Capitol stands as both a working government building and a symbol of the state's history, offering visitors a chance to experience impressive architecture, sweeping views, and stories that helped shape the nation. Wow, it is beautiful in here. We were delighted to discover that this Capitol also has a library. Something we discovered when we did our first ever Capitol tour in Iowa was that some Capitol buildings have the most beautiful and ornate libraries. The oldest book in this library, a fact we unfortunately didn't know while we were there, is from 1741 and was written by Sir Francis Bacon. We love that exploring state capitol buildings can be like a treasure hunt. You never know what you'll find. When we visit state capitol buildings, we generally don't do guided tours but choose to explore on our own. But at this capitol, they offer a dome-only tour. We have found that one of our favorite aspects of visiting capitol buildings is getting as high up in the buildings as we can. So, we jumped at the opportunity to be able to explore the dome at this capitol with a guided dome tour. The Kansas State House is the only U.S. Capitol building where the public can go to the top of the dome and walk along the outside balcony for a bird's-eye view of the city. Beginning on the 5th floor, the tour explores the area between the inner and outer domes. Connecting the two domes are a series of stairs and landings that offer an unparalleled look at the elaborate architecture, which is visible both inside and outside. Early on in the tour, we looked up and saw the spiral staircase rising to the very top of the dome. We thought, wow, would it be cool to be able to go up there? We were so excited when we realized the tour did indeed allow us to climb those very stairs. Our climb up the 296 stairs to reach the top of the dome was very hot, but also completely awesome. After making the climb up the stairs, as we stepped outside the dome, we were rewarded with panoramic views of Topeka and the surrounding plains. Our guide told us that visibility on a cloudy day like when we were there was approximately 15 miles, and up to 30 miles on a clear day.
Alright, so we wrapped up our time at the Kansas State Capitol. It was one of the better ones. I think what really made this one stand out was the fact that you could go to the very top of the dome, and I managed to only get yelled at twice, which was a little below average, so did pretty good.
And for a change, it wasn't me that was yelling at him. But seriously, that really was up there. Definitely one of our favorite Capitol building experiences. The Senate chamber was very pretty. There were some other areas that were really pretty, but being able to go up in the dome definitely put it up there in one of the top 3 experiences first of all, we got in there. We don't usually do a self-guided tour, but in order to do the dome, you had to do that. There were 2 tours. There was a historic tour and then just the dome tour. So we got up there for that, went into the dome, and I could see the spiral staircase going up to the very top. And I was like, oh, that's really cool, but I'm sure we're not going to be able to go up that. But we were really surprised that we actually could go up that spiral staircase, and not only that, we could go outside. So we were up at the very top of the dome outside. So that was pretty wild.
So the only downside of the dome tour was the fact that it's in the mid-80s today, and there is no air conditioning in the dome. It got pretty hot. And I can't imagine on a really hot day, say if it was in the 90s and the sun's blaring, that must get stifling up there.
Yeah, we were pretty sweaty. Then we came out to the van for lunch and still feeling pretty hot. Last night we went for dinner at Cracker Barrel, and the nice thing with that is we had leftovers today, so we made some wraps with the chicken. Steve had fried chicken, I had chicken tenders, and that was pretty good for lunch today. And then before leaving, as we were looking outside, we actually saw the next tour group outside on the dome, so it was cool to see that perspective after we had just been up there. So very fun, and now we are making our way west again.
That there is what they call a Kansas storm.
Moving southeast. Let me get back onto the radar here and give you an idea of where the leading edge of this
80 mile an hour.
Route may be affected by tornado watch.
Kind of
Exit the
knocking right
parking
now
lot
on the
toward
door
Albert
of the
Avenue.
city of Salina, and it runs back now down to northeastern Rice County. Yeah, very strong cell looking right now over Canopolis Lake and up just to the north near Palmyra.
So that'll be the storm that's basically coming in on the tail of the one that's here now.
Right, that's, so we've got the tornado warning to the east, the severe thunderstorm warning with the straight line winds moving through to the west. So we're going to have that to deal with. Let me
Exit
see.
the parking lot toward Albert Avenue.
Drive along northeastern Salina County. Still going. This one says until 9:45 as well. Radar reported location.
Turn right at Albert Avenue. Then at the next light, you will turn right. At the light, turn right onto South Ohio Street.
That really can be an issue. I know there's a lot of folks on the south side, but the storm coming in from the northwest moving southeast, but for safety's sake, stay away from the north side of your house and the west side of the house, especially near windows.
Over there.
You get the wind coming in. That's
think this is
where,
really gonna be
that's where
tear
the
apart.
likely damage would be from the north side and the
really think
west
this is-
side of your home. So, I'm getting to see we got some new messages coming in from the weather service here.
You should look up
Trying to make
what's the
sure
best
you
thing
got
to
your
do.
flashlights as well, because even without the tornadoes, the winds could cause power outages, things like that. Make sure you've got supplies and in a safe place to be.
We have a report 6 miles northwest of Smolin, 70 mile per hour wind gust. Sirens in this
Should we go
area
behind the
have been
building?
set off.
Next to the building?
That was
Is it out here?
9:12 right now.
Okay,
Sirens in
you
the
look up what you
area
do
have
during a
been
tornado
set
watch.
off.
Or doesn't say anything
I'm
about
sure
tornado.
let me get to the radar. I don't
So
know
I
if
would
that's
say get
for
behind the building.
rotation or the straight line winds coming in.
I'm most worried
I
about
would
left
say
at
we're in
Albert
the
Avenue.
city of Salina,
Then
in
at the next
Saline
light,
County,
you'll
you're in
turn
Ellsworth
left.
County, Ottawa County, Dickinson County, and you're not under a tornado warning. Definitely treat it like you've got a very severe storm coming your way, because you do. You've gotten, again, we're getting lots of reports of the straight line winds in these thunderstorms as they continue to move off to the east, southeast. And we're going to get some very heavy rain as well. I would not be a bit surprised if we don't wind up having some flood warnings, flash flood warnings, come up here in the not too distant future, as there's a lot of rain. And these storms are not moving all that fast as well.
take a look
So,
at
And I've seen the flood warnings have definitely been coming in throughout today with some of the rain, and they're going to increase a whole lot more. I'm going to bring in,
We're right
I think
there at
we
Salina.
have Devin Haney calling in from Abilene. and he was out and about kind of looking at some of these storms. I'm going to bring him in with us real quick, Randy.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you with us, Devin?
I think, yes.
All right, we got you. So you are in the thick of it over there in Dickinson County, correct?
Yes.
All right, so what are you seeing over there? Oh, you with us?
Yeah, I got you. I don't want to take much of Randy's time because he's doing such a great job just touching on everything that's going on. And he's right. Just because you may not be in a tornado warning right now, Chris, this just came up so fast that, you know, you barely have time to put shoes on, grab the stuff that you need, and get to the basement or wherever your shelter is at. So just because you may not be in a tornado warning right now, don't take that for granted. Also, just kind of a couple of traffic notes. It is still fairly early in the afternoon for a summer night at 9:15 right now. Make sure you are not parking under overpasses along I-70.
Mm-hmm.
There's already been an injury accident reported by Dickinson County Emergency Management at mile marker 283 along I-70. Don't park underneath overpasses. You're not doing anybody any good. You're putting yourself at risk and others. So just a traffic note there. Get off the highway. Get into a safe space off of the highway, especially with all the moisture and all the rain that's coming down now. Hydroplaning is a big deal, but if you park underneath an overpass, it's not the biggest deal you're going to have. Please do not do that, and just take everything that you have right now. If you're listening to us, you're in a serious area. That's where this is at because it's blowing up pretty quick.
Chris, I will see you right now here in northwest Salina, where I live, over by Memorial Hall. We're getting 80 miles per hour winds through the city of Salina right now. So,
yeah, you can hear it. I don't have windows to see out of the station, but you can hear it coming down pretty heavy, and the wind's shaking the building right now. So again, these straight line winds can definitely cause a lot of damage. Again, I try to think of make sure that your pets are inside. Make sure you stay away from the windows. And again, just take your safety precautions. We don't have any ground truth, any tornadoes right now, but these straight line winds and the amount of rain and hail that's coming through, it is definitely worth taking serious.
Yeah, now I've lost my connection to the internet here at home. Our power went off for a moment, and we're getting 75 to 80 mile an hour.
Yeah, just got a report from the weather service saying in Salina, 60, 70 mile per hour winds. Hold on here. It's kind of hard to read
I'm getting every bit 70 to 80 mile per hour winds here in northwest Salina right now. So,
yeah. And they're continuing the tornado warning. They just released that one again.
Don't get away from the door.
Yeah. It says tornado warning northeastern Salina County still going. 9:45. It's still on radar indicated. No ground truth to anything. You can definitely hear the wind outside right now.
Most definitely, and again, I'm dealing with not having any visibility zero on I-70 at I-135, and our power just went off here, and that's back on again. It's on and off, so I'm kind of having to hope my phone will get me through with the information I'm trying to get over the airwaves for you. But I can tell you that this is the most frightened I've been in quite a while here at home with the wind that I've been dealing with here. Let me see if I can pull up the radar here on my okay, we've still got quite a bit of rain to go and wind to go here. Let me go to another radar here. I got about 3 different radars I can look at here, and let me see if I can get an update. Again, we have strong straight line winds. We've got the tornado warning. Yeah, I'm getting, it is really blowing here at my house right now. That's another 70, 75 mile per hour wind gust.
All right, so we just left Planet Fitness, and we were going to get on the road, and a storm warning came up, and I said, Steve, do not go getting on the road. We have warnings for 80 mile an hour winds, hail. Wow. This is the craziest weather we've ever been in. Tornado, no warnings yet, but this is a possibility. We hope we're doing the best thing in the van. We're under a gas station van because of hail warnings. We're not from here. We don't know what to do in this kind of weather. This is crazy. People are on the road driving.
Whole tree back to your house?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Are you guys okay?
Yeah, we're fine. That's what my wife has said. So I'm not, okay, tell us what's going on and off, because that might be the reason why.
Be careful of down wires.
Yeah.
So again, I can hear it banging around out the back door right now, and it sounds pretty heavy.
Yeah, it's
and the wind is still going on too. Again, stay away from windows. You gotta watch out for
They're
the
saying stay away from windows. Well, we got windows all around us.
Some of the things that get knocked down and into your house, and just be prepared right now. There's no ground state tornadoes, but these winds, 75 to 80 miles an hour, this is hurricane style winds.
So I have a feeling the power comes in and comes off here at our house. I have a feeling the power are pretty tuned up.
Whoa, what was that?
Wow.
What is that?
The town has lost power now. Everything just went dark.
So what was that
This
blue?
gas station is dark. All the surrounding businesses
The lights are on. The traffic lights are on.
are all emergency.
Yeah. So what was that big flash?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Whoa.
Jeez. What's that?
I think it was a sign. That's why I wonder if we should be behind a building, but oh yeah, it was a sign. So a sign just hit the side of our van. Whoa. What in the world is going to happen?
I don't know.
Are those going to go?
I really don't know what to do here.
Let's just pray it passes through fast.
I'm starting to worry about the structure above us.
Oh, honey, I know.
Okay, it's okay.
Okay, honey. So what should we... Well, at this point, oh my gosh. This is terrifying. There's another sign that could come our way. Oh my gosh. This is terrifying. There goes another sign. Oh my word. People are driving.
Keep your phone powered up.
What do you charge it? Which one do you have? Are we charging us right now?
What's that?
I don't know. The lights are out now, the traffic lights. Why are people driving?
max air closed.
This is terrifying. Can you see on the radar how much more of it we
I
have?
think we lost cell signal. What it had showed before was till about 10 o'clock. So we are.
have 40 more minutes. Almost 40 more minutes. So the tea vent was open and the curtains are all wet. I wonder where the cat is.
She was down here by my feet.
She's by your feet. Oh, I mean, that would be. This is terrifying. That's shaking pretty good above us.
Yeah.
But this is Kansas, so hopefully they make it so they hold up.
Yeah, we've probably got about another 15 minutes.
Only 15 minutes?
9:50 is what I'm talking about, the real heavy, dark colored stuff from the radar passed through.
Let's hope that radar is right. There's another van over there. Is it the same one?
Okay, the silver lining here is by 10:15 it clears out entirely, according to the radar. So
What is that? It's hanging down. What is this hanging down? You see it's hanging down. Is that a wire? You see what I'm talking about? Is that a wire? Like a wire you
So again, a couple areas of tornado warning still working. Officially, eastern Saline County remains under a tornado warning until 9:45. It is 9:40 now, so we'll see what happens with that. The storm moving very slowly, though,
What part
moving
of
just
Salina are
at
we
10
in?
miles per hour off to the east. East-southeast is what that storm is moving at. So that has prompted that tornado warning for that portion of Saline County and also western Dickinson County. I'll try to get an update on western Dickinson County from the National Weather Service in Topeka. Let's see what we have here. Tornado warning remains in effect until 9:45 for eastern Saline County. Tornado warning in effect until 9:45 for west central Dickinson County. At 9:35 or 6 minutes ago, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 5 miles north of Carlton, moving east at 10 miles per hour. This tornadic thunderstorm will remain over mainly rural areas of west central Dickinson County. But again, if you're south of
pretty much
Abilene,
right
if you
at
live
that
in those
dot,
rural areas,
Salina.
most certainly
So
maybe a
you
tiny
should
bit
take
south
your
of that.
tornado
So is it moving
precautions
at?
right now.
What time is
If
it
it does
right
not
now?
produce a
There's
tornado,
that.
most definitely
9:40.
very
So are
strong
we
wind
finally
and
through the
golf
worst of
ball
it?
or larger sized hail with this storm as it moves through that area. So again, that is a tornado warning, to be precise, for west central Dickinson County in effect until 9:45. Again, until 9:45, a tornado warning in
Show 'em,
effect
kitty. Where you
for
going?
west central Dickinson County. Again,
what are we
severe
in?
weather rolling
We're in
across the
Salina,
area.
buddy.
I know, but they're saying that the county.
All right, so we are in Salina, pretty much right at that dot on the screen. It is a little, it's 9:42. This is where we're at right now. We are just about to get out of the nastiest stuff and into some more just regular storms before it clears out completely at about 10:15.
So I wonder what hit us, if it was a sign and if it did any damage. Yeah.
Lots of different warnings around the area now. 9:46 now. Tornado warning for western Saline County was set to expire at 9:46. We'll see what happens with that. The weather continues to impact the area here. Trying to get an update now from the National Weather Service in Wichita. And again, all of our computers are slowly coming back to life back up here at the radio station after we've lost power here multiple times. But again, a tornado warning remains in effect. We'll see if that has been allowed to expire. It was for eastern Dickinson County, then in eastern Saline County, then across and into Dickinson County. See if we can maybe get an update on that from the National Weather Service here. Trying to get an update from the National Weather Service on that as these storms are moving through that area. So again, severe thunderstorm warning in effect. Several different areas of severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. Some until 10 o'clock, some until 10:30. Let's try to get an update on those. Trying to get an update now from the National Weather Service.
So don't hit that thing, whatever that is. Yeah, there's random things laying on the ground. So that van moved away from the truck over to there. So why do you think we're hearing what sound like gunshots? And it was that direction. So which way? Which way are we going? That way, right? Oh. Yeah, there are branches down everywhere.
Turn left onto the ramp.
But why could people not go around it?
It was across the highway. They just cut it across.
They're gonna be busy tonight, huh? That's 3 semis, so 4. Oh my gosh. This is the 4th that we've seen over. And there's more up ahead.
Okay, so we finally made it to our overnight spot. It's a rest area. It's the second one. Our first one was weirdly closed. Took us 2 hours to get here. It's a little after midnight.
That was the most terrifying night we've ever experienced. We're exhausted, so we're going to go to bed, and then we will
decompress
and go through all the details.
And review everything in the morning.
Yeah. We're just really glad that we're okay and we're parked for the night.
And again, that National Weather Service is currently looking into that wind report that Colton was speaking about. 113 miles per hour here in Saline County from Salina Regional. That would be a record high for that airport. Now, folks are starting to wake up and see kind of what the scene looks like, and they'll start cleanup efforts, I'm sure, here shortly. Live in Salina, Maddie Terrell, Cake News on your side.
Well, good morning, everybody. The day after the storm of the century for Salina, Kansas. That was intense. We're just doing a little bit of research this morning, and there's been reports of wind gusts up to 113 miles per hour. It's been reported that 20,000 people are without power. Thankfully, we've seen no reports of injury or death resulting from this storm. Boy, am I glad you don't have to go through that every day. There were certainly some moments of wondering if I made the best decision of parking underneath the gas station, whatever those are called, overhangs. That one in particular, it was built like a T, so the thing was rocking pretty good. Anyway, it took us a while to fall asleep last night, didn't it?
Crazy, terrifying night. And I think the crazy thing about that storm is there wasn't much notice. So we had seen some warnings north of us, tornado warnings, but that was nothing for our area. And when we came out of Planet Fitness, literally right away we got warnings on our phone. And as soon as we got that warning, that storm hit. And we tuned into local radio.
We just made it out of Planet Fitness by 30 seconds, maybe, comfortably, before the rain just started pounding us and the wind.
And on the radio they were saying that the storm developed very quickly. So Steve was heading out of the parking lot to get on the road to head to our overnight spot, and I was like, oh, we don't want to be on the highway in this. It was saying up to 80 mile an hour winds, I think, was in that warning. So we just had a really short moment of time to decide what to do. So he drove across to the gas station, and then we were talking about, like, is this the smart thing to do? They were calling for possibilities of hail. So I think that was your
that was my main reason for looking for that overhang, is protect the van from hail.
But by the time we got over there, the rain was already coming down sideways a little bit, and I was like, man, are we even going to be protected if there is hail? And then, because of the direction the rain was coming and the wind was coming, I wondered if we should go around. There were some buildings, and I wondered if we should go on the back side of those buildings. But it's like, you don't have much time to make a decision, and we just really didn't know what the best thing was. So it was scary as we sat there, seeing the wind gusts. At one point, something hit our van. I think it was a sign that flew by. We did check it this morning. Thankfully, there was no damage. But as I sat there, seeing some of those gusts and feeling the van shake, it really was terrifying. The cat was terrified. She came up. She was down by Steve's feet. I tried to tuck her in by my feet with a blanket around her. I think I don't know, your mind goes crazy. And I think the scary thing for me is when we were building our van, we were connected with someone on Instagram who was also building out her van. And just after getting on the road, she was at a Walmart and a tornado came through. She went into the Walmart. When she came out, her van was upside down and totaled. So as we were sitting there, I think all those worst case scenarios were running through my mind. I was wondering if something's going to hit our window, break the window, or whatever, or we tip over. I don't know. So I guess now we know what we can withstand because those winds were crazy.
I'm sure it's easy for the viewer to think, oh, why didn't you just do this or this or this? And maybe we should have done one or two of those things in hindsight. But I mean, literally, the storm was on us. I kid you not. We had just a few seconds to react to what was happening to us by the time we got out of that Planet Fitness. I feel in some ways I'm still kind of processing everything that happened. We're running on only a few hours of sleep, which doesn't help anything. The storm itself moved pretty much west to east into Salina. And so after the storm, our plans were to go from Salina west. So we got to see a lot of the after effects of the storm. And probably the thing that is still surreal to me is we passed no less than 10 18-wheelers on their side. And some looked like it had just happened. I mean, there was no emergency vehicles there.
Well, there were so many. They were,
everyone was super busy, no doubt, on the emergency side of things. So that's just crazy. Again, no reports of any injuries or death, which is great. Hopefully those drivers are okay. But it's like a scene out of a movie. You come up on it, and of course you slow down and you go safely around, but you're looking at at the underside of a big old 18-wheeler, and you're like, what?
Yeah. So it was scary when there were tornado warnings. I mean, we've had tornado warnings before, but going into Kansas, we already knew that the weather can be crazy. We sat through that storm for, I think, a good 45 minutes, so I think that's the thing, is just waiting and hoping and praying. I did a lot of praying last night, but yeah, the whole thing was just crazy. So then, we started heading west. We got to the first rest area that was closed. So then,
Then on I-70, which is what we're on now, you see these signs that say, if blinking, you have to pull off, you'll be fine, blah, blah, blah. And our GPS was taking us this crazy route, some of which was like a dirt road apparently. So we were wondering, does the GPS know something we don't, and is trying to get us to avoid accidents, or part of 70 that was closed or something? But
yeah, the weird thing is it didn't even actually show any accidents. Usually there's like a little symbol, and it didn't show that anything was closed, so we just rerouted ourselves back to 70.
So I just think it was kind of a snowball effect of bad things and confusing things, starting with the storm itself and the GPS acting up, and then wondering if we were even supposed to be on I-70 and seeing these trucks overturned, coming to what we thought was going to be our overnight spot to see that it was closed, but there was, again, no warning or signs or anything about that. So we had to scramble to find another spot.
Yeah.
It just all added up to this big old ball of stress, and it got later and later in the night.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Right. So originally it was supposed to take us about half an hour from Planet Fitness to our overnight spot, and of course that was closed. Plus it took us an hour to get there. And then I want to say a thank you to JK and Kim. They have a YouTube channel. They have a lot of experience in this area, and she reached out to us, and she was actually looking for places. Once we found that the first rest area was closed, she was looking for places for us to stop, and that was like 11:30 at night, I think. We finally got to our spot last night, a little after midnight. So thank you, Kim, for doing that.
Yeah,
and
it's nice to know you have people got your back in some types of situations. So
and
that means a lot.
Chatting with some of our other friends that do van life and travel, because that was scary.
That's another thing. again, processing everything that happened last night, is we were kind of sitting right in the middle of the storm, doubting every decision you've ever made in life, and it got to a point where we're like, we should probably let at least somebody know where we are in case this goes sideways on us. So we reached out to some friends of ours, Bill and Christina, that are as close to us as anybody that I'm aware of. So if something went wrong, at least they would know where we are.
And they also have been through some crazy weather out here. And Green Grumpy had just driven through Kansas a while back and had some bad weather. So it's not a fun thing driving through Kansas. I'm not a fan of Kansas anymore. But anyway, so...
We're not in Kansas. No, we are in Kansas, Toto.
We're looking forward to not being in Kansas anymore. So last night, it took us a while to unwind. We probably didn't get to sleep until about 1:30 to 2 in the morning, and then I woke up at 6:30 this morning. I think Steve maybe an hour after that. So we're feeling pretty exhausted. We got on the road because we just wanted to keep moving. It's supposed to get hot today, mid-90s. So we actually have a cool spot that we're heading to. We're trying to get there before it gets too hot, and we'll keep heading west as we keep regrouping and recovering from the trauma of last night.
At one point, the storm was so intense and so angry, it was even shooting at us. All joking aside, at one point, I'm convinced we heard gunshots. Again, I've heard or seen no reports of anything going on, but I don't know. People were freaking out and starting to loot, or a civil war broke out. I don't know. But I swear I heard gunshots.
No, and the cop went by us and turned around right away, went back to where those shots, we heard that sound coming from.
It was a crazy night.
We made a detour to come here. Monument Rocks. It is wild that in the middle of all this flat expanse in Kansas that you have this. Awesome.
Rising unexpectedly from the open prairie of western Kansas, Monument Rocks is one of the state's most remarkable natural landmarks. These towering formations reach heights of up to 70 feet and were sculpted by years of wind and water erosion. The layers that make up Monument Rocks include chalky limestone and chalky shale rich in marine fossils. Monument Rocks was the first site in Kansas to be designated as a National Natural Landmark and is recognized as one of the 8 wonders of Kansas. Located on private land but open to respectful visitors, Monument Rock offers a rare opportunity to experience one of the Midwest's most unique geological landscapes. So we explored the first set of rocks over that way. One of the neat things there, what I think are swallows that are nesting, coming in and out. And then we drove over to this set of rocks and we had a really neat surprise. There are barn owls here. So we have got the adult owl here, and then around the rock is an owlet. So I went back to the van, got my telephoto lens to get some pictures and video. So cool. And here's a little owlet. How cool is that? Well, the temperature here is climbing, so we decided to cook up the broccoli. No, this isn't broccoli, this is asparagus that we got at the market in Kansas City. We got all this for just $1, but we wanted to cook it up, eat some of it, save some for later. It's supposed to get up to like 96 or something today, so we don't think we're going to be wanting to cook in the van later today at all. So we're doing it now, and then we'll just make do later. Well, that was a neat stop, and got another bonus. Saw some turkeys and little baby turkeys. So special thanks to JK and Kim, because I marked this spot on our map a long time ago after seeing a video of theirs. So thanks guys, it was a nice stop. But it doesn't feel any different. Welcome to Colorado. Well, welcome to Colorado. We are not in Kansas anymore, but it doesn't feel any different. It feels like we still are in Kansas. The wind is crazy. We can see for miles, and we can see more rain. And there are storm warnings for tonight, severe thunderstorm warnings. So, yay! But it can't be any worse than last night.
Let's hope.
Yeah, let's hope.
Breakfast is served. Thank you. So last night we made it to Lamar, Colorado. Parking here at a Walmart. Had a decent night, a better night, slightly. I think we had winds in excess of 20 miles per hour. So, and we were parked broadside at first. So we were rocking quite a bit.
I have to say, I don't love this area, and I'm looking forward to getting west and past all this open flat land, because I'm tired of the wind. The wind picked up as we were sitting here last night. We parked over on one side of Walmart because we were in the shade with the sun going down, because it was super hot. It was mid-90s. Then the wind died down. We got into bed, and as I was trying to fall asleep, the winds picked up again. And Steve has the ability to sleep like a champ, but I don't in situations like that. So I laid there for a long time, maybe dozed off, woke back up, because the wind was making our Max Air rattle. You could hear the wind coming in. Our van was shaking. So finally I got up. I think it was around 1:30, and I drove around to the other side of Walmart, faced the nose into the wind, and also I think that side of the building blocked, the building was blocking the wind a little bit. So, made a big difference after we did that, and then I think we were able to sleep in decently this morning. So, I'm a bit behind on sleep getting into Peace, Love, and Vans, but at least I was able to go back to sleep, and hopefully we can get good sleep tonight. Alright, well, the last couple days have been really hot, mid-90s, but thankfully we have found shade at the libraries we have stopped at. That is a game changer when it's so hot. There's been a good breeze. I think it helps that there's not humidity, so we have survived. Yesterday we drove from Lamar to here in Pueblo. We are at a TA travel center. We had a pretty quiet night. It did get windy again, so that's a bummer. Sometimes that makes it a little hard to sleep because it makes so much noise. We are giving this guy a haircut before Peace, Love, and Vans, so he looks all pretty. And we're going to do Planet Fitness to get cleaned up because we don't have a Planet Fitness in a while. And then we're going to make our way to Peace, Love, and Vans. Alright, well, we went to Planet Fitness. Probably the last one we'll be at for a while, so we took advantage of it. We got cleaned up. Now look at Steve with his pretty haircut. What do you think? We also did laundry while we were there. We take some clothes in with us and do it by hand in the shower. Now we've got them all hanging out. I might have been pushed past my comfort level today, though. Somebody put his delicates out on the hood of a van, right under our Steve and Audra sign.
Hey, you gotta take advantage of the Colorado sun.
Oh my goodness. So we've got a familiar vehicle following behind us. We met up with Bill at Planet Fitness, and he's following us into Peace, Love, and Vans. We're also going to meet another friend before we get in there. So it's going to be really fun. We're really looking forward to it. So it's been quite the trip from Florida up to the Northeast, then making our way out here to Colorado. We have seen some amazing things. We've had some scares and stress. We've seen some people we haven't seen in a long time, so it's been really neat. And now we are really excited to be heading to Peace, Love, and Vans. We are really glad to be here in Colorado.
It has been quite the journey. I think we've gone through 57 states now and 18,000 miles. No, maybe something like that. Anyway, this is where we're going to leave you for this episode. As always, we love hearing from you, so drop us a comment below. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. And until next time, we'll see you.
If you enjoy our videos, please consider becoming a patron by using the link on the screen that we've also included in the video description, along with information about today's adventure and our channel. A special thank you to all our patrons. We appreciate your ongoing support. Thanks for coming along with us on this van life adventure. Please take a second to hit the like button below, leave a comment to let us know you're watching, and click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Don't forget, you can also connect with us and see my photos of the places we visit on our Facebook and Instagram.